Hey guys, welcome back. It's been like 2 weeks, but I am back. I was traveling for work, and before my big conference, I had many days of webinars and conference calls and just organizing. So it's been about 2 weeks. I was traveling for about 9 days, so it's good to be home now, and I'm exhausted. But last night I fell asleep on the couch at around 6 o'clock. I slept for about 12 hours, so the bag syndrome under my eyes is looking the best it's looked in about 2 weeks, so that's a plus. So today is a continuation of my liquid lipstick review series, and today is the requested brand of the MAC Metro Mattes. I think that's what they're called. Yeah. I picked it up in the color Tailored to Tease. Now, I try not to hear anything about these before I try them, mostly because I don't want it to skew my opinion before I start one way or the other. But I do have to say I haven't heard good things about these, so we shall see. You guys know the drill. I've exfoliated my lips with my Ava Anderson lip scrub, and then when I was doing my makeup, I went on and moisturized with my Kaplan MD Lip 20 Balm to moisturize my lips. I'm almost completely out of this one. I do have two. I keep one in my drawer too. Now I'm just going to wipe off the excess. So lately I've been getting a lot of questions regarding the use of lip liner and whether I feel it makes the liquid lipsticks transfer. So I'm going to change up how I do this slightly, and I'm just going to explain why I use lip liner. First of all, I don't want these liquid lipsticks to feather, and even though they do dry down matte, just because of my age, I can get feathering, and I don't want that. So I will always use a lip liner. Second is I use constants, so I always use a lip liner with these liquid lipsticks. Some transfer, some do not. So again, I mean, that tells you right there something. And I don't ever fill my whole lip in. While if the lip liner is waxy, think about it like if you took some petroleum and you wiped it on your hand, and then you took an eyeshadow and you wiped it across. Where one, like a liquid or like a liquid gel eyeshadow, where one may dry down, this other one may stay in an emollient form because of the waxes, and it's just going to stay kind of viscous, right? Now, it would be different if when I line these that the transfer comes out perfectly just where I had the lip liner, but that's never typically the case. So to appease those, I'm going to look even crazier than I normally look, and I'm only going to line half of my lips, and then half of the other side I will leave alone. I did get a request from a viewer. I'm so far behind on comments right now. I almost feel like I should just dust my hands and start over from now on out, because I have pages and pages and pages and pages from the 2 weeks I was gone. So I did see your request. I do read the comments, so I will do that. I will do this half of my lips, lip liner, this half, no lip liner. So then when I do the kiss test, you can see, and it'll also help to show you if it does feather throughout the day. Ugh, that was long. Okay, I swatched this on the back of my hand. It appears the lip liner that I have that's the closest is my MAC Magenta. As if I wasn't looking crazy enough already walking around not touching these up for 8 hours. Hopefully there won't be a big difference. Get up on my foot. This is a first impressions. I have not put this on my lips yet. These don't smell bad. I guess they kind of smell like cake batter. I'm trying to think of what they smell like. Maybe like the Stila Stale Day. That's what they smell like. I've heard a lot of things about this applicator. It is kind of like to a tulip point. See right there? Which hopefully that'll make it easy to get up into details of my lips. Now I'm just going to fill in my lips. Okay, this applicator is nifty. It helped. I probably should have mentioned before I put that on, I did hear to go on with a very light coat, because if you put too much of this on, it gets crazy. So that's what I did. I just kind of scraped the brush off and put it on. It did not go on streaky. It did not go on weird. I really do like this applicator because it makes it easy. Since on the side especially, I didn't have lip liner on, I can hug that line really nicely. Whereas the ones that are just like a complete, you know, oval shape or oblong, I don't even know, that it makes it a little more difficult to get up in there and detail that line. The drill is exactly the same, guys. I am going to give this a total of 8 hours worth of untouched wear. I will not retouch this. I will not apply a gloss. I will go about my daily activity. I'll do my first check-in in 4 hours and then the last check-in in the additional 4 hours. At the end of this video, I will do the kiss test to show if they are transfer proof, and I will also show if they layer well, if they've worn away in any areas. Just like always, guys, in my first check-in, I give you all the details, the shipping, the cost, the colors, yada, yada, yada. It is currently 11:32. I will see you guys in 4 hours. Hey guys, it's 4:03, a little more than 4 hours after initial application. I'm filming product review right now before this, so I just had to stop that to come over here and do this. As always, I will zoom in to show you the wear. These have remained comfortable. They are a little dry in the corners of my mouth. Nothing really though, like I kind of forgot I have them on. The corners of my mouth are always where it gets dry. I had a chocolate croissant, which I'm actually still snacking on right now, ripped up. I ate breakfast before I did this, and I've been filming all day, so I haven't eaten lunch yet, but I will eat dinner before my last check-in. I am seriously like still so run down from all my travel and stuff that I'm like living on caffeine right now. This is my second chai tea. I had a hot one this morning, iced one now. I know, they're not good for me. Nothing I like is good for me. Let me zoom in to show you the wear. You can see, pretty good. It's wearing away a little bit in there. It's not really coming off on my straw, but I will eat a full dinner before my last check-in and tell you guys. So now let me give you some of the details on these. Obviously, these are made by MAC. I bought mine as soon as they launched online. You can find these anywhere MAC is sold, so any department store counters or in freestanding stores. The cost of these is $20, and since I ordered online, they do free shipping anywhere in the US. It says right now that you cannot order internationally on their site, or not the site I'm on, so I'm actually not quite sure how international people get MAC. I'm assuming you have to get it from, I don't even know. I did use code NEXT at shipping, which gave me next day shipping, but I actually never got this. Like my postman says he delivered it, or it wasn't my postman. UPS said they delivered it, but it wasn't in front of my door, and I was actually traveling. I was up in Tahoe, so I think someone stole it. So I called them and they replaced it. But otherwise, this does show UPS said it was delivered the next day. So just with the product and tax, it came to $21.75. This is the packaging that it comes in, just a standard MAC box, just like if you buy a tube of lipstick. And I can't help but laugh at these. I know it's really perverted, but they kind of look like those little vibrating eggs. Some of you know what I'm talking about. It's just clear, which some people were really complaining about the packaging. I really like it that you can see what color it is from the tube. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing, but I mean, they're called retro matte, so I guess the packaging is kind of retro and perverted. This does say that these are made in Italy, and you are getting 0.17 fluid ounces of product. I don't see a jar with the open symbol anywhere on here, unless I'm going nuts. It's not on the actual product, and it is not on the packaging nor the website, so I don't know the shelf life of these. Typically, it's around 6 to 12 months on most liquid lipsticks. I did order this on 12/28. On 12/28, I got a notification it had shipped, and on 12/29, UPS said it was delivered, even though I didn't get it, so it was next day. And obviously these shipped by the UPS. These are currently available in 15 shades. I will show a picture here. And MAC did send out an email showing their top 9 selling shades, which I will also show here in case you're curious. Now, I did find it odd that the ingredients aren't listed online, which typically is a telltale sign for me that normally that means that there's going to be some similarities between other people's products, if that makes sense. Like those Kylie Jenner lip kits that the ingredients weren't listed online, it's because she shares very same formulas with other well-known brands that are significantly cheaper than hers. So normally when that happens, that's kind of like a little red flag for me, especially because other MAC products do have their ingredients listed online. But I actually went through all of these and I searched other products, and nothing has a similar formulation to these. So it wasn't that. I guess maybe they're just being lazy. So to go through these, they have some solvents, fragrance, emollients, things to help with viscosity, moisturizers, solvents, more emulsifiers, solvents, and fragrance. And then they say flavor, which is the same thing. And then these are not vegan or cruelty free. They do contain carmine as well as beeswax. Nothing in here that would cause me any concern for putting it on my lips. So that's pretty much all I have to say about these right now, guys. I will see you in another 4 hours. Hey guys, it's 7:55, roughly 8 hours after initial application of this lipstick. As always, I will zoom in to show you the wear. I've been editing and I realized, I'm like, wow, my hair kind of looks like crap. Literally, this is what happens when I shower and I don't straighten or curl or really do anything with my hair. It's the weekend, I'm being lazy. I've been obsessed with that, I think you pronounce it, Gardein brand that makes all of that like kind of imitation meat. It's all plant-based protein. I had some of their riblets for dinner off a fork, and I had some water out of a straw, so that's what I ate today. Nothing super messy. I have to say this is holding up fairly well. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought like, oh, these are gonna suck. I do think it is very important to just go on with a light coating, otherwise it probably could be a very dry. They are kind of dry, more so in the middle of my lips, on the corner of my mouth. I don't know. You can see right in there. And right in here, it's kind of like flaked off. As always, I have my list printed up. This thing is getting longer and longer as the weeks go on. Funny, you guys keep asking for certain brands, and literally I have at least 30 more brands in here waiting for review. I can only do one a day though, and I have to make sure it's not a day that I have an appointment with a customer, so I'm walking in looking like I'm purely insane. It's like, hi, buy beauty products from me when I look like a hot mess. They'd be like, probably not. So all in due time, guys. All the brands that you have requested, I have bought, so I have. Again, I forgot to mention before, I have started a voting list. The link to the Google Docs is below, so that way I'm making sure I'm doing the most relevant reviews for you guys that you want. So after every one of these videos, if you go and vote on which one you'd like to see next, that's the one that I will do next. There's also a spot, it'll show you all the brands I've already reviewed, so if you have a question about that, check my liquid lipstick review playlist. If there's a brand that I don't have listed on the list and not already reviewed, there's a spot that you can request another one, so I will pick that up. Okay, so let's get into it. Nothing on the back of my hand. We have transfer all the way around. So remember, this was the side that was the lip liner, and this was the side of none. This is the way I kissed it. This bottom side is the lip liner, and actually the side without the lip liner transferred more. Okay, let me get up on my foot here. Let's see how these layer. I'm gonna scrape off the excess because again, if you go in with too much, I heard it's ugly. So let's see, right here. As I'm putting this on, it kind of sounds like nails on a chalkboard to me. It sounds very dry. Let me give this a minute to dry down. When I completely have scraped off that applicator, you do have some chunks that'll show you, but it actually layered fairly well, which I was not expecting, again, because of some of the reviews I've heard, but again, I can only go based on this one color in my experience. See, there's some chunks there, just a little. If I would have put this on like I normally put liquid lipsticks on and not very careful of scraping off the product, I have a feeling I would have run into many of the problems that others have said. MAC really doesn't state how to put this on if that's an issue. But I have to say, I mean, I think that these are pretty decent. They have a pretty decent color range selection. Okay, these did transfer. They wore pretty evenly. The inside of my lip faded, and then I did have that weird little random patch. Based on that, I'm going to rank these at the new number 12 and bump everything Beauty Bar Baby and below down. The reason for that is my hourglass, and again, I've heard some people say that they hated the hourglass. I can only go based on that one color I had, which I really enjoyed. That didn't have any peeling, like this had some fading on here and flaked off in that spot. The Beauty Bar Baby did have some peeling. I'm not particularly wowed about these. I don't think that they suck, but I won't be picking up any more of these, I don't think, unless they come out with some color that I feel like really compelled to have. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend at least this color. Again, guys, I never know if the other colors are different. Sometimes I feel like I get crucified by people telling me they got a different color and it sucked. I'm like, sorry, I don't know. I hope you guys have found this review helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.